Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome to Kerbal Space Program. Today I'm going to be doing something called a mission 2. Now, this is going to be a quite a long series where I go to various different places. Now, sometimes I will build the craft that I'm going to fly in, or sometimes I will select one that I've already built. Now, this I must explain what we're doing. We're going to fly to the desert today on the map. Now, I'll show you in a second where the desert is. Now, I'm going to use this pre-built ship that I've just built earlier, called the Joing A2. It's the second version of a plane that I've worked on before, and it flies nicely, so I'm going to use this one just for our first series to give you an idea of where we're going. Just heard a bit of an explosion there. That was a bit weird. I'm actually just going to turn my sound down so it doesn't deafen me. Alright, so I have my two other models there. You might see them on the way as we're taking off. Still is very loud. So this actually has no auto stabilization. Now, you might remember from my earlier videos of Kerbal that I used a lot of auto stabilization, and this one doesn't actually use it. So I actually need to do a complete like 360 turn, or 180 turn, even 360. That would be a useless turn. To go back behind the runway and fly at a 270 heading. Now, this is using turbojet engines, so I'm going to be flying at a higher altitude. Now, I should have enough fuel to take me there nicely. I have the two tanks that the engines are connected to, and then the three in the middle as well. So once I get up to a better altitude, I'll show you about the hold on, let's just put that on, and then the desert's right there, you see. So heading at a 270 degree heading will take me towards the desert. Now, the turbojet engines actually work better at higher altitude. They're more efficient. So I'm actually just climbing to the right altitude now, and you'll hear the engines change when they are at the altitude that they like to operate at. So look how stable this is. I've only got I've put the SAS on this built into the Mark 1 cockpit, because you know, it just helps it on its ascent. I don't gonna go skew whiff everywhere. I know that much. So I'll probably explain a little bit about my plane that I built. So I'll have to try to keep it on course while I'm doing that. Right, this is hard to do. So I've got the two wings at the front, and then now the thing that defines this plane series from any other is the big delta wings that I use on the back. There's a big tail fins, and that really drastically affects the center of lift, and it makes it for a nice stable craft. And this ship is the first time I've ever put engines right on the end of the wings, and I'm really liking how that's going. So we're still climbing. If I don't make it there, that's going to be a bit embarrassing. We'll make it as close to the desert as possible. How about that? But see how our speed's climbing. At the right height, we're going to be going super quick. So I still can't dim the engines down. So I'm not even sure how much fuel this is going to use to get there. So I didn't even test fly this. This is just right out the blue. Oh, we should be able to make it. I'm pretty confident on us being able to make it to the desert. Now, sometimes you'll just see me cut to, well, just speed up the clip to me flying there. You don't need to see me doing this little adjustments. Depending on how long this takes, I'll probably speed up some of it, and then I'll come back and land it in a minute maybe. I don't know. I'll just carry on talking. So 350 meters a second now. Still climbing to the height we need to go. Now we're coming into really good atmosphere. You can hear the hissing of these jet engines starting to sound nice now. You can hear they're working efficiently. Starting to get a little bit of swing up here. That's a bit weird. I never really had that before. So I'm trying to keep this sort of oh no, I kind of need to have that throttle up a little bit. I think I'm going to keep it on full throttle. So it's starting to get a little bit weird up here. You can see it kind of shaking around a bit, and we're doing almost 478 meters a second, almost 500 meters a second. So we're actually descending. I'm trying to keep it a levelist thing I can. Levelist, is that a word? So I believe just over this water up here, over this ocean, is where the desert is. So I remind you, I'm still on my first 2 fuel tanks. Now the plane might take me there on my first 2 fuel tanks, and if that's the case, I'll be able to do a return mission home, where I'll leave my plane there, and then I'll install a mod where it allows me to get like rovers and landers and things like that, and then I can make a little base in the desert, maybe have some planes stationed there, a fueling base maybe. Because you can do that now, you can refuel your ships if you dock them together. It's really cool. So it's getting that nice whistling again. See, we're going over 500 meters a second now, again. Coming towards that first ocean. Now, if anything goes from... my margin for error is very slim when flying over the ocean. So I'm just doing very small adjustments. That's what you see the ship's nose just going a bit... skew with. I'm losing altitude, so I'm just gonna. The way I'm flying is I'm looking at this ball in the center, and I'm looking where it is in the middle to see if I'm level, and I'm looking at my altitude, see if I'm staying at a pretty much level altitude. When I'm not, I'm going up and then down, up and then down. But in reality, it actually is level. I could actually go really high into a really thin atmosphere, and we'll get to a higher speed, but. I think this is where the jet engines are most efficient. They won't use a lot of fuel, but they'll go still quickly. Actually, I'm climbing a little bit now. Thinner atmosphere is kind of... you can hear the nice whistling. You can hear them speeding up a lot. And you see my speed down at the bottom speeding up heaps there. 600. Yeah, this is where we want to be. Look at this speed now. 611, 612, 614. 15. 11,000 meters is nice altitude. 620 meters a second. And we just got to fly across this ocean, which is rather boring. So I just probably fast forward the ocean bit. Land ho, desert ho, we can see it over there. It's very, very close now to coming across this sea. That didn't take very long at all, actually. I want to see what's in that deep black desert over there. That's probably the mountains, actually. So that's probably not a good place to land. I can see, like, I'm just trying to picture a good landing spot. Probably a good landing spot is probably just kind of near the coast where the land's flat, because we obviously have enough fuel to get back, and we don't want to touch the plane down too heavy. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're almost there, and I don't want to land too near those mountains, because that could be a problem for landing. Landing on an uneven surface is not a good idea. So the desert, there it is. We're almost there. The desert's huge, I might add. But I might actually fly over the desert for a little bit. Have a little looky. Land maybe in the middle there. Fly a little bit over the mountains. See how we do. Because I have enough fuel to do so. So I might as well do that. Oh, this is just great. Just flying out in the open skies. high atmosphere. I'm not sure that our guy in the cockpit's feeling too happy. That's really difficult to do actually, because you got pretty much zero ground vision. Yeah, I probably couldn't do that. You have pretty much zero ground vision in the cockpit, which is no good. I think they're going to fix that actually. So if we run out of fuel right now, which isn't going to happen, we will just miss the mainland, and we're just going to hit the land actually if we run out of fuel. Or we just left the ship, it would go there basically if we cut all the engines. Okay, so we're at the desert. Look at this. Awesome. It's nice. Very nice. So I think I just land past these mountains. That's probably a good idea actually. Just past these mountains. Yeah, why not? Got enough fuel to get there. Just land maybe up here. It's a nice little place in the desert, kind of in the middle. So guys, if you do have a suggestion for where I should do a mission to, you can let me know. I'll start with Kerbal, then I'll probably go to the other planets, because making rockets and stuff is very quite difficult to get to the other planets. Might have to incorporate one of my friends who's very good at this game to assist me in building rockets to get to other planets. We'll see. So I'm gonna just start lining up now, because we have a lot of forward momentum. We just want to kind of transfer that into a bank. So these tanks are all full. Maybe I'll try burn off all this fuel here on the outside ones before I land. There's no potential kaboom booms, basically. We'll just do a nice little bank into a turn. Kind of just wasting fuel now. We obviously need a little bit for landing. Then we have 3 full tanks to fly home on. Right now we want to go in the desert. So yeah, I'll start my descent. Starting my descent into the desert. So we'll slow the engines down. Get us a nice slowing velocity. Because we don't want to be landing at this speed. Gee whiz. So we're slowing down a lot. We'll just gradually take the engines down. We need a little bit of forward engine power at this atmosphere just to keep us going, so we don't run out of lift, basically. Best way to put it. Alright, so we're losing a lot of altitude. 5,000 meters. Still nowhere near the ground. And it looks nice and flat down there, if I recall correctly. If I recall correctly, well, I can see. It looks kind of flat. I hope it's flat. So we have a lot of landing gear on this, so there is quite a large margin for different types of landings. The best way to say that. Need to start slowing down a lot now, because we're coming in quite close to the ground. We're still quite high up though, so yeah, we don't have to worry too much right now. Now this thing has a lot of lift anyway. We need to actually start losing a bit more altitude, so I can like pull up with no engine so long as I have some momentum, and I can keep the craft level and land it nicely. You notice the only control surfaces are on the back, which makes it nice. Oh no, I'm climbing. No, I don't want to climb. I want to descend. Descend. That's good. Can do this. This is it's quite intense. Quite a tense moment. Oh god, sorry. Quite a tense moment for what's his name? Lorik Kerman in the pilot seat. What I didn't do with this is what I normally do with my ships, is add RCS. Now RCS allows me to slow down. I put linear port RCS thrusters and it pushed them forward, and it will basically slow me right down so I don't hit the ground at a stupid speed, like 120 meters a second. Good landing speed, 70, anywhere below 70 meters a second is pretty good. So we're doing quite well for speed. We're just above 1,000 meters, well, slightly below it now. Now is where I put the landing gear out to. I think they incorporated drag into this game. I believe they did. Still got a little bit of thrust there. Just going to bring it down very, very slightly. Now I want to keep that below 70 meters a second speed on landing. I'll probably have to do a tutorial on landing planes if I do this one well. So keeping that nose pretty much level is a good thing to do. I want to keep that. That's a good speed here for landing. This isn't a good speed though up here. So right, we're at a nice landing pace now, so I'm going to level the nose out, and then when I hit the ground I'm going to swoop up slightly. Or am I doing hand motions? Swoop up slightly, and it will slow the meters we're falling down very slightly, and then we'll just touch down on the ground, 2 outside wheels first, then the rest. So I'm pretty level. I'm really close to the ground now. You can see it edging towards us, cutting the engines all together. Just gliding now. We're very close, so we can use the brake, when we will do once we hit the ground. So here the shadow coming closer. You see how slow my meters a second are on the top there. Very slow, and touchdown. Very nice. Holding down the brakes to slow down. Very nice touchdown. Awesome. So what I'm going to do is actually lower the landing gear so our friend can get out. Alright, come on, mister. Right, should we get a screenshot for the thumbnail of this video? Sorry, I'm a bit croaky. Oh, we'll go this way, shall we? And then have the plane kind of in the side. Like this. Turn around, mister, for your screenshot. There we go, that's nice. So, what's the button for screenshot? I really forgot. F5? F2. F2 turns the UI off. Perfect. Right. F1? I swear there's a key for it. Hold on. I'll just have a look. I actually can't find out what the button is. Damn it. Well, F2 turns this off. F9. Oh, that's quick save. F8. F10. F7. F3. F4. 5. 6. We'll just... technical difficulties. A few technical difficulties. We'll just take a screenshot. I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.